welcome to GeekyHiJynx, home of the Mischief Makers, and today we're looking at
Glebe.
PG. Glebe's back again.
Don't worry, sir, I'm coming.
You told me you got rid of him.
Well, I did get rid of
Glebe.
PG, you've got to catch him. Remember all the trouble he's caused me in my reviews.
Don't worry, sir. I'm packing.
Glebe.
Why, come here, Glebe. Oh, where's he gone? Wait, come back here.
Glebe.
Hey, come back here, Glebe. Come back.
Glebe.
So what can you say about Tom and Jerry that hasn't been said already? Now, I've been watching Tom and Jerry from a very young age. I say I've been watching them. I've stopped watching them since I was a young age. But you do know what I mean. They were the first rivalry I ever knew about in any sort of TV, cartoon or film. And I really enjoyed them. Like, I had them all on videotapes. I used to tape them off the TV. I can't remember a time as a kid where I didn't watch Tom and Jerry. But as you get older, those shows get made less because there's new cartoons coming out. So then I went to things like Recess and Hey Arnold and Johnny Bravo, etc. So I was watching more of that than Dragon Ball Z. So I was watching more of those cartoons and Tom and Jerry that I just had really fun memories of. So I can go back to them and still laugh. There was an episode on the other day with that little gangster Jerry. You know the one, Jerry's cousin who's in the mafia? That was on TV randomly the other day. And it's still really funny. And like, I studied animation in West London and Ealing College. And we learned about the process of making Tom and Jerry. And my goodness me, the painstaking hours that went into making that, just to make a simple run, would have taken hours. So, and to do the same thing today will take a day. So it's literally, well, that's a day's more than hours. But do you know what I mean? They could probably make a whole Tom and Jerry cartoon today, but back then it'd probably take them a month. And there was a 90s Tom and Jerry movie that came out, but I flat out refused to see it. Never want to see it, because just like Indiana Jones and the Crystal Skull, I just have too many fun memories for them to be ruined. Like, if they brought out a Goonies movie now, I wouldn't watch it. Why? Why are you going to do that? If they brought out a Gremlins reboot, never going to watch it in 1,000 years. I've got fond memories of Tom and Jerry. Why did I watch this film when they talk? What kind of stupid decision was that? But now I'm watching this film as a grown-up. So what do I think of it? Do I think it holds up? Would I have enjoyed it as a kid? And can I enjoy it at the age of 21 I am now? So what's this film about exactly? Well, what do you think? It's Tom and Jerry doing what they do best, chasing each other, but this time in New York. And when I saw the trailer for this film, I was like, I guarantee this movie's set. And when New York appeared, I was like, of course it does. And whilst doing so, they come across the Cecil Hotel. Or it's just some random hotel I can't actually remember the name of right now. But also getting to this hotel is Chloe Grace Moritz's character Kayla. Now she's there because she's tricked her way to get a job in the hotel, and while there she's assigned the task of catching Jerry because Jerry's up to no good. And she comes across Tom, and she hires Tom to team up with him to catch Jerry. And that is the story. There's also this big wedding happening in this hotel at the same time, so nothing can go wrong. So of course, nothing in this film goes wrong at all. But yeah, that's another little side plot. But yeah, the main story is Tom after Jerry. So what do I like about this film? You know what? I've never been this far in a review for a very long time without Glebe interfering. PG must be bang on this.
Oh, where's he gone? Wait, come back here.
Glebe.
Hey, come back here, Glebe. Come back. Now where's he gone? My sandwich. This just got real.
Glebe. Glebe.
Come on, Glebe, we don't want to hurt you. You're just causing too many problems around here.
Glebe.
Now the first thing I liked about this film was the animation. Now when I watched the trailer, I was like, I'm not too sure what I think about that. But watching it on a bigger screen, and by bigger screen I mean a TV, it looks much better. It reminds me of like Space Jam meets what is it? Not Rocky Horror. Rocky and Bullwinkle, the movie that came out like in the, was it late 90s, early 2000s? But it reminded me of that sort of cell shaded, flat but 3D graphic. And I think it looked really good. Like I know some people have said, oh, it doesn't look good, it looks a bit hokey. But for me, I liked it. It was very bright, vibrant, and what I liked about it as well, that every animal in the film is animated. So if you see a dog, it's an animated dog, or a pigeon, and Tom and Jerry, of course. So I really liked the animation, and it was very fluid, and I love animation in general. I studied it for very long. I have so many animated books how to animate, and that's one thing I'm trying to get into again is animations, because it's so much fun, but it's a lot of time and effort to do. So yeah, I'm going to try and get back into animations. Might do some random ones in my reviews one day, but it is a very good part of the film. And I really liked the acting in this film. It was, you know what, this kind of film is my kind of film. I would have loved this as a kid, and I kind of love it more as an adult. Because the acting is really, what's the word? I can't put my finger on the acting, but it's very cheesy and very like self-aware. It knows what kind of film it is. And I love that. Like, everyone's performances made me laugh. And that's one thing I'll get to in a minute, is the humour. Because I laughed quite a lot in this film. And Chloe's character, Kayla, she was my favourite like human character. Because I just liked her personality. It was really quirky and self-assured. And it kind of reminded me of a female version of me. When people are trying to ask me something and I'm trying to think of something on the spot. And I'm like, well, and I come up with some on-the-spot answer and people just take it. And I'm like, okay, that worked. And that's what Kayla reminded me of. And I think she was really good. I love seeing more comedic roles like this. So yeah, good acting. And the film's fun. That's what you want, don't you? If you're going to sit down with your kids, I haven't got any. I have a boxer dog called Roxy. But if you're watching it with your kids, you're not going to be like, oh, please, don't be boring. This is a film for adults and children. And I enjoyed it thoroughly. So what issues did I have with this film? I've actually forgotten. What did I write down? Give me 1 second.
What?
Bleep, bleep.
Now you'll come back here, Glebe. You won't stage your welcome. Where's he gone now? There he is.
Bleep.
Oh, you won't be too happy for long, Glebe. This ends now. That's it. Stay right there. Yes, I've done it. I finally caught you. What is this? This is very confusing. Now, Glebe, quick, just put it up like so. Got you finally, Glebe.
Bleep.
Okay. So what issues did I have with the film? Now the issues I had with this film were, well, not many, but there was a couple. And the first one is, why does every English character in a film have to be like really posh? Like, not everyone in England speaks like, oh hello darling, let's have some crêpe poupon. We don't speak like that all the time. Actually, never. There's like certain places in the world they do, and that's called Buckingham Palace. England's a big country. We have different dialects, different slang, different accents. So every time I see a English character in these sort of films, I'm like, oh hello, I've come to apply for a new job. And it's like, oh please, can we just have a normal sounding English person, please? And I also think there was too many stories going on in this film. It should have just been Tom and Jerry trying to find a new home, they find the hotel, and then shenanigans ensue. Throw in the hotel manager and the event manager and Kayla's character, and that's all you really needed. The wedding thing, every time it came on, I was like, okay, get it. It's meant to be the emotional side, but you don't really care. And the film could have been shorter. That's not to say that's a bad film, nitpicky one here, but there were some scenes where you're just like, okay, move along. Mainly in the latter end of the film, not the climax, but just before the climax, it goes through the whole, you know, those tropes you always get like toward the end of a film. Yeah, they're kind of here as well. So when it gets to those points, like, all right, well, we know what's going to happen, blah, blah, blah. Can we get back on track? And it does, but that bit could have been squeezed in a bit more. Overall, guys, I really enjoyed this film. It's dumb, it's fun, and very nostalgic. I love the animation. Great to see Tom and Jerry on the screen again. The characters, not all of them, but Kayla was my favourite, and the events manager, and even the main manager, they're all good as well. And the barman. Didn't mention the barman, but I liked his character. The action was good, it was imaginative, there was some good set pieces, good references as well. There was like a young Frankenstein one there, which I really appreciated, and a few Batman ones thrown in too. But as mentioned, it wasn't perfect. Like the storylines, it could have been shorter or just chucked out completely. Especially the wedding one, they could have had more focus on Tom and Jerry, more shenanigans there. Also, the humour kind of dipped in the latter end of the film. Wasn't a big fan of the humour because it kind of disappeared. Got a bit too emotional like they always do in these sort of films. And the English accent as well. We don't always say, hello, GeekyHiJynx, home of the mischief makers, and today. We don't all speak like that. Different accents all across the country. Don't be so stereotyping. So with all of that said, guys, I'm going to give Tom and Jerry a sparkling bronze win because it's not a terrible family film. It's actually pretty good. If I had children, I don't, but if I did, I'd buy this on DVD for them because I think they'd enjoy it and I would enjoy it too. It's a good family film. You can even watch it on your own, and like me, you can watch it with your boxer dog. So guys, that was my review of Tom and Jerry. Did you like it? Did you hate it? Was it a snooze fest or the greatest film we've ever seen? Comment in the comments to let me know because I'm genuinely interested.
No, Glee, there's no need to be annoyed. I found you a lovely spot here at the bottom of the garden. It's lovely. Look. You see, Glee, you have nothing.
And if you like this video, drop me those likes because it always does help.
Oh no.
But until next time, stay out of trouble.
Glebe.
Stay out of trouble. Hello, welcome to GeekyHiJynx, home of the mischief makers, and today we're looking at time. No, stop! You're well too late.
You said any time.
Not that late.
Oh, I see.
Hello, welcome to GeekyHiJynx, home of the mischief. 1 second. No. And today we're looking at. What? That went straight in my eye.
Oh, sorry.
That's fine. Hello, welcome to GeekyHiJynx, home of the mischief makers, and today we're looking at. That's fine.